a good bit of dirt there. I've cleaned most of it out now, so I'm just going to get the Dremel, and I think that was not helping things now. I think it was making it catchy. That's right through. This is just a plastic brush. It should just make it a little bit blown out. The fuel has to go through one side of this and out the other. I blew that out with the air gun. Good and clear. And now we have to make sure that all these passageways in here are clear as well. So I'll get the air gun and I'll check them. Try and put a bit of grease in there as well. I'll leave that lad sticking in there a little bit. Just stop it going in any further. And rub off them what's on the threads, just to get a bit in there for the spring. We have our washer that I think will go down into that tap there without catching the sides. If it catches the sides, it's only going to loosen off when we turn the tap. It's loosening again, but there's no lock nut on that, so I don't mind. But as long as the lock nut can sort that out. Strange now it's doing this. Didn't do it for a long time. Okay, it's not doing it now. Is it? No. See, as I said, it's hard to grip that and tighten that, but I'm going to have to. And I hate doing it, but I'm going to have to get the likes of it. Snouty pliers. The reason why I don't like doing this is the brass. You know, we want to try and protect the brass. I don't want to be making shit of it, like. I just want to get a nip on it so that the lock nut will do its thing and stop this from loosening and leaking. Yeah, that's good. Okay, lovely. So that's good. And I think I was slowly bending that as well because I had it over tightened. So our gasket is good. We've blown out all of the 4 passages in there. 2 of them go into one each there, and then they go down in there, one each, one for each side. So that's all good. So we are happy with that. So I suppose the next thing is to get this tank probably tipped over there so we can get a look and see what's going on here. So this side was leaking. So we're going to have to clean that off. There's a bit of paint after making its way there. Flaky paint. Not going to take much. It was repaired in the past. That side wasn't leaking, so I'll go and I will go and get some sandpaper. Just give that a rub. See, there's definitely a high patch on it. I've got to be very careful here. The repair could be higher in places than it. That might stop me from flattening it a little bit. Let's see if I can catch that fingernail. I'm not going to do a whole lot more of that. I'm going to paint on the side here. Get rid of that. Just clean this off. This side wasn't making. That's that. I think that's where our problem is there. Could just be a matter of having to flatten it, re-flatten it. Can you see it? It really is hard to know. Probably about all I'm going to do with that. Don't want to go up in there too far. Okay, so now we'll start having a look at putting this back together. If it's still leaking, well look, we'll just do another job on it. So firstly I have to go, and I've got one banjo bolt that I'm happy with. Sorry, one, yeah, sealed up, so we're happy with him. He's good. We have some new ones here. And I remember the two of these looked in very, very good nick, and we could use them again. Like he's good. There's no split or anything in them there, I don't think. No. Doesn't take much more than a bit of dirt to keep these from sealing. So that's good. So we'll take him and we'll pick the best out of this. Out of the other three. So he's good as well. So that's that. So we're happy with that. So we'll put them back in place. The bad threads on that one, I'm going to put a bit of plumber's tape on. I think it's the best thing to do there. And which one of these did we say we take? Is that lad there? Kind of goldy stuff on this. It's nearly like what petrol turns to because of the ethanol. Okay, so we'll put him on there. That side is good. We don't seem to need plumber's tape on that. I hate using plumber's tape, but I also hate having to drain fuel tanks. And there's the other doughty washers there. So I don't know if plumber's tape even properly works on nice petrol, but if it helps at all, I don't really see any other option. Someone's after making a mess of the threads in this now, and in the tank, of course, because of that. Has to cross them at some point, I don't know. And brass threads they're lovely, like, you know, you just get them on the right thread. So I'm going to put a nice bit on it. That's done in a way that it shouldn't unravel when it's tightening. Yeah. Okay, so it's all about the prep when it comes to this particular part now. And which one did they say we'd use? They said we'd use him. So nice and easy down over the plumber's tape. That's good. And let's figure out what way this goes on now, because the tank is upside down. think it goes on over. That way there, isn't it? So, bad tread side, we'll work on him first. Want this all going in nice and level. Threads on that side aren't great, so we'll take it nice and softly. Tighten him up first. This side, the threads are perfect. Lovely. The threads do get better on this as it goes up into it, so with dowty washers and everything's right, you normally just do not need to tighten them up too much, and that's the beauty of them. Right, so get the tank back on, throw some fuel into it and see what happens. Right, tank back on, bracket. I must have fitted that rubber lad in there to stop the metal cracking it. Try and make sure that's in the middle. You can thankfully see through it when it's clean. Make sure they're pushed in nice. Doesn't need that much pressure, and then we can let down the bonnet and we can start throwing in a sup of petrol. That will be the next thing. What I use underneath the tank are radiator pads. They're very, very cheap, and they have a hole in them. I have one spare here. These lads here, straight through the bolt, and they just stop your radiator from your tank from vibrating and all of that. So firstly, I want to blow out this from the little bit of sediment it's caught, and we'll throw some petrol in the tank and see then is it leaking. I've thrown in a bit, I'll throw in a bit more. Fuel. Let's be slow now. Fill well, not bad. Sometimes because of the air. The air has to make its way a lot down along the pipe through the needle valve in the flow chamber, and okay, so far so good. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was the kerosene tank. So we can down the bonnet and start filling it up with the kerosene. So I'll come back when I've done the same with the kerosene tank. Because we put in some fresh kerosene as well, we're going to throw in our lead substitute as well. 15 mil, 15 litres. Now let's go a little bit more, and it doesn't seem to be leaking anyway, it seems to be dry. Now I've thrown in, this thing was full and we're down to there, so there's a good bit in it to test. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's just one of them things. I think the little the rubber lads come off here for the bonnet. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. That is what I'm after doing with it. That's what I do with them. I did fit that tap on without stripping it fully, like I did with the other one, I suppose. So it was probably time to do that anyway. So we'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully that will help anyone who's running into the same problem. Just to show you how much this can lift before the pressure relief valve kicks in. Doesn't look very big, but I suppose it's fairly fine stuff. So that's what these are able to lift. 6 wheelbarrows fill, load the stone then to build this up to make it a bit wider and a bit higher. That's what she lifted. And the pressure release valve was whistling away the whole time, and it's a good thing to do that every now and again, to overfill them, because it clears out the valve. It does even say in the workshop manual to do that. We're well up to temperature. I have the radiator blind on there. The burning kerosene. And we have our 20 diesel sounds off. We have to do is switch it back to petrol, which I should have done earlier on, but I didn't. So that's where we're back now. We'll take off our radiator blinds, working the treat. We can leave that up, let the heat out. Yeah. So that was a fair load. It mightn't have looked it alright, but it does say in the workshop manual they're able to lift about 900 kilograms, whereas the 20 diesel, believe it or not, only 400, just shy of 500, I think, half a ton. So, and I know the 135 they don't think was able to lift a ton and a half, which is basically its own weight. So, impressive. And the most impressive thing about it is it doesn't seem to lift, even though the diesel 20 is a heavier engine. With that weight on the back, it doesn't lift on the front, whereas the 20 diesel will be like a rodeo. She'd be rearing up. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Be able to check or repair then in the morning as well. I want to give it a while and see is it leaking or not. You hear the odd little pop there. She's starting to get a taste of petrol through a hot exhaust. You can see the petrol level starting to come down there now. Close, you can see it. And that will go down the line then. Once we have petrol the whole way to the carb, we shall be good. Oh yeah. You're probably sick looking at the tractor, but there is one thing I can't share with you, and that is the smell of TVO. Because once you've smelt it, there's nothing else like it. There really isn't.